And we're live, and we are recording, and we're welcome back. And here we are, folks. We finally made it back. Sorry we weren't here this morning, but welcome to the Business Golf Show here at the Las Colinas Country Club at the LPGA, or the North Texas LPGA Shootout. We're just too big a hurry.
Yeah, totally my fault this morning. It's all on me. So sorry we did not join you for the morning tea time, but we are here now. That's what's important. So to get started briefly, we'll bring you up to date in case you're not watching the live leaderboard on LPGA.com, which is where you can go and get the live leaderboard for today's event. Go check them out. Also follow them on all your social, LPGA. The hashtag for today is LPGA on GC because Golf Channel is going to be broadcasting today. So we're going to be doing our thing, going around and getting some, talking to some cool people and shooting some video and putting together a few pieces that we think people are going to find interesting. But first, to get you up to date, the leaders are playing number 4 right now, probably. Stacy Lewis is in the lead. She's, last time I checked, was 1 under today, leading by 1 shot at 10 under par. And then you got Suzanne Pedersen, Mina Lee at 9 under. And then you've got Christina Kim, Natalie Gulbis, and Jenny Shin all at 8 under. So there's some firepower up toward the top.
It's going to be a shootout.
And they're probably playing number 4 right now, I would imagine. The last group is probably just teed off on number 4.
Let's talk about what those...
We're going to be out there, I think, aren't we? Going to go all the way out to like 4 or 5. That's like the furthest way. That's the furthest point of the course away from the clubhouse, I think.
We're going to go all the way out to number 4 and 5 and show you how far away that is. Well, let's talk about what the players just went through on the first 3 holes. Here at the Las Colinas Country Club. If you have not played the Las Colinas Country Club, it's a treat in itself. This is a quality golf course. And
speaking of which, why don't you plug the play day tomorrow again?
There's a play day tomorrow. If you're interested, Monday, May the 5th, the Las Colinas Country Club is opening their doors to the public to play the golf course as it's laid out as the North Texas LPGA Shootout. The pros played it. So if you'd like to come out and play that, it's $75. You cannot beat that price. Just call out to the Las Colinas Country Club here in Irving, Texas, and make your tee time. Contact them, let them know that the Business Golf Show sent you, Mr. Business Golf.
Yeah, that's a steal to be able to come and play this. That's lower than guest fees.
Yeah, sure is.
So that's
and
pretty
this is
awesome.
A private club, so treat on you for $75.
Yep.
Let's talk about the first 3 holes. These are monsters.
Yeah, so wind's coming out of the south again today. It looks like it's starting to pick up a little bit too. So it was supposed to blow, it looks like probably right now, I would imagine like 10 to 15 right now, maybe gusting a little bit higher than that. So this course is going to play tough today. Best score that I saw so far is 2 under so far on the day, and that was groups that had already played 10 holes. So that tells you a little something. If you've never been out here before, I'm just going to run through the first 3 holes, I think, right now, and then we'll talk about something else and give you an idea based on where the pins are today, kind of what the strategy would be playing these holes. So number 1, the pin is front left off number 1. The difficult thing about this fairway and positioning yourself for a left-hand pin placement is the entire fairway. It's downhill off the tee, and the entire fairway slopes really hard left to right. So you really have to, if you hit driver, you really have to go all the way down the far left-hand side of the fairway, and so that requires a lot of accuracy off the tee to be able to go that far left but not go into the trees. And there is a bunker over there, 214 to reach, 236 to carry, so that's not necessarily in play for most of these girls. They'll hit the ball longer than that. But it does come into play if you decide to hit like a 3-wood or a hybrid or something off the tee to keep the ball from rolling all the way down to the right. If the ball rolls all the way down there, then as you and I both know, because we've been there a few times, there's some trees down there that you have to navigate around to get to the green.
Right.
So
we watched a few of the ladies play from down there yesterday, and they did a phenomenal job, but that is not a very easy shot from down in the little hole that these balls will lay in if you don't hit the fairway correctly.
Yeah, and there is a little drainage area down there too, so if you get a bad bounce and roll off too far in there, that could actually cause you to have to drop from over there in that area. So
the pin's going to be placed down in the bottom left, which is a lower level of this green, and it's really a tough one to get to because it's not a very big area to hit to. So if they hit up, it's going to go, they're going to be having a devilish downhill putt. If they're short, it's an uphill putt, so it's going to be kind of...
Yeah, and there's that kind of collection runoff area down to the left of the green there, too. So you don't want to be down in there trying to chip up to that
so that's a hard
short side of the
start
green.
Their day off really hard.
So let's look at number 2.
Number 2 is not my favorite hole.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if anybody likes this.
Number 2 is it's a par 4. It's not a very long par 4, but it is all uphill.
It's like hitting into a wall.
Yeah. And today the pin is all the way back and only 10 paces off the right, and that green slopes back to front also, so it's going to be really hard hitting in that uphill. It's kind of a blind shot. You can't see the level of the green when you're hitting up there.
They're not. Most of them are not going to be able to see the pin from where they're standing in the fairway.
Maybe the very top of the flag.
Maybe the top of it at the best, but it's not going to give him any depth of field on this green because it's the far back. And it runs against them, so it's going to be kind of like
trust your caddy.
Yeah, they got to throw it in there.
You got to get a number and trust it, and just hit the shot.
They got to throw it in the air, and they got to stop that ball because it's not. They can't. There's no room back there for that, and you're going to go down into some problems. So
let's go ahead and look at number 3 too while we're here. Yeah, 3 is a long par 5, kind of dogleg left off the tee box, and then kind of a dogleg right to get to the green. Pretty well protected green. There's a huge bunker right in front of it. Today, this pin is 30 paces on.
They're going to play this all day long.
All the way in the back. It's kind of in the middle of the green, all the way at the back, and that green slopes back to front as well. So that's another one. You got to trust the number. And probably what I would say on this hole is it's probably it is going to be playing a little downwind today. Mm-hmm. So they'll get a little help off the downwind, and it is downhill. So there might be some players that will be able to go for it and maybe get on the front edge into. But most of these shots are going to be third shots going into the pin. And, really this hole today, you throw the ball back there to middle or a little bit past middle and just hope it releases a little bit and kind of, settles in somewhere back there below the pin.
It's going to be a long putt wherever they're going to be because unless they can get it all the way back there, this is a real long hole. To make that in 2, if there's any eagles out there today, it's well done golf.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see any. I don't know if anybody's done it. They're all through there.
We're going to go back and do some videos out there in a little bit. So we're going to run out there and give you some kind of feel of how far away that is because that is the furthest point from the clubhouse, and I think that's one of the interesting things about this is that I've played a lot of golf courses and they kind of circle around the clubhouse, but I don't think I've ever been to one that goes this far away from the clubhouse before it turns around and comes back. So we're going to kind of give you a feel from that and go out and video that for you to get a feel. We'll have that up on our YouTube channel later on.
Yeah, if you're from the North Texas area or you drive around here at all, if you're on 114, driving on 114 going toward Dallas, as soon as you cross O'Connor Boulevard, the course you see on the right, that's the 4th green and the 5th tee box that you can see from 114. So it's all the way. And the clubhouse where we're sitting now is right off of O'Connor. So that gives you kind of a little bit of a geographical reference for how far that is out there.
We'll throw a map up on the video to kind of to give you a reference of how far away that is. It's an incredible distance out there. Try to walk that. You get a lot of calories burning, I'm sure.
So hopefully we're going to get a cart. I hope we get a cart
today. We're going to try a cart today. Yeah. So anyway, this is a finished day. This is the final day. This is our midday report. So we want to kind of bring you up to date. We hope to come back before the closing report if everything goes well, but we're just been kind of just running rampant. This is a really fun event. It keeps us occupied. We're getting pulled over by everybody and their brother wanting to talk to us about videos and wanting to get in front of it. So it's really good for us, but it's taken away from giving you a show. So we're really excited about the opportunities we have out here. And the Nexus Club has been so gracious with giving us this lovely studio in here. So hopefully next year we can do better.
So what's your goal for the next couple hours when we go out on the course and shoot? What are you looking to do?
Well, I don't really know. I'm going to play this one off the cuff. I really haven't. We've sort of been scrambling this morning, so the production here is a little shaky. I think the most interesting thing that we're showing them is how big this course is. We're going to go over on the other side of the golf course, on the back side, where there will be a lot of action and probably where the television will start picking it up. There's some interesting holes over there. We may stop someone out there just to talk to them a little bit. We have the opportunity. We'll just see what happens. I don't have anything planned. In other words, we're just going as it goes.
All right.
We're just going to make sure we drink plenty of water.
Absolutely. A little dehydrated today. So should we continue with the holes and maybe talk about 4, 5, 6, because that's kind of where the leaders are right now.
I think that I don't know, 4, 5, and 6 is par 3 coming in on on 4, and then you got a par 4.
The only interesting thing is that pin is all the way over on the right on number 4, so that really brings all that water into play in front, and so that's going to be a pretty challenging tee shot there. And again, it's hard to judge the wind down there.
Are they going to shoot at about 175? They're going to be at 170 or so, like that.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it's going to play today.
Yeah. And the wind's coming across it.
Yep.
So that's number 4, par 3 is not going to be an easy one.
5's a little tricky hole coming back into the wind there. You kind of have to
we turn around and start coming back in.
Carry the corner over those.
We're going to face in the wind on number 5. It's a real narrow fairway. It's a snaky type of fairway that you got to hit just perfect placement in there to get to the green in 2.
And that pin is all the way in the back and on the right too. So that's another tough pin to get back to.
Right.
So it's you got to navigate a couple of low spots there, and the tendency is for longer hitters is to not carry enough of the corner off the tee shot, and if you don't carry enough of the corner, if you're hitting driver or 3-wood, then it's possible to run through the fairway there, and with that back right pin location, you do not want to be in the rough on the right over there with those trees.
Now this is definitely a hole you have to shape the ball both left and right. Depending on where you place this, so it's a very intriguing hole. Number
6, another par 3 there, and that pin is about middle distance, but all the way over on the left-hand side. So it's gonna kind of bring that back left bunker into play over there, and you don't want to be there and be short-sighted on that.
The wind's gonna be behind them on this shot, so they're gonna have to play this one awful high and hope they can come in and stop that ball before it goes to the trap. If they're gonna try to get it close to the pin, if not, they're gonna be uphill or a side shot. That's a very interesting green, but it's a fun hole. It should be a birdable hole.
Yeah. And I was just looking over the pin sheet to see some. It looks like they're really typical Sunday pins. They're putting them on the edges. Tell you what, 18 today. Look where that pin is. 4 off from the right and 17 back. So that's a risk-reward shot there if anybody's going to be trying to go for it. But that does kind of open up that side of the green. If you put your tee shot all the way down there on the right by the wall right before the water hazard, the right-hand side of the green is open. And I know the couple of practice rounds that I helped some pros with out here, there's a couple of them that actually like playing down in that area. They'll hit their driver to the middle of the fairway intentionally and let it run all the way down there, and get as close to that wall.
Shoot all the way across the lake instead of trying around the trees. Yeah, that is a good shot if you have the carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a all carry shot. It's all water to the green.
So that's pretty interesting. Once we start seeing some of the lead groups come through these last holes, maybe we'll come back in the afternoon and
that's probably
give a little preview of the last 4 or 5 holes coming in.
We'll go out and see what's going on out there today, and then come back and report to you what we see is going to be some problems that they're going to face.
Handy Daddy yardage book. They did a new one this year. It's really good.
Good. So. Well, that's about it. We were right at about 13 minutes into the show, so we're going to try to keep these short. We'll be, watching these, and we aren't here doing too much yada yada yada. So we're going to wrap up the midday report. Be back to you hopefully before the wrap up before the end of the day. Stay tuned, and we'll be back.
And hopefully we'll cool off before.
We're going to definitely cool off before we get on camera. It's hot outside. It's already in the 90s.
Another beautiful day out here, so we're looking forward to some great golf. Looks like there's some good play going on right now, so we will be back in a couple hours.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.